Background music and ambience brought to you in part by Midnight Syndicate. Music for the imagination and the perfect musical accompaniment for the Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In a world that is not what it seems, and where people are not who they appear to be, where puns run rampant through the streets, and it's hard to tell who the real monsters are. Three heroes fight to keep the world of Euphrae from ripping apart, and to keep Tim and Terry from getting even more screwed. Now, let's join the Sir Thadeus Trebilcock, the wild magic sorcerer, Malphaedor, the fallen Aasimar Oathbreaker, and the half-satyr, half-halfling bard, Mc Nastly, as they band together in their enduring pursuit of a fool's quest.
When last we left our heroes, you had arrived at Sadamar, you had visited the hospital to complete that side quest, and then you went up to the... we had Mc Nastly and Thadeus that went up to the temple to receive a blessing and get some new magical stuff identified. And then they all met with Manny Vadito, who took them to meet Montague and talk about the collective and get some magic items from Montague, who hooked them up with some magical stuff that he had. And then on top of that, you got some contacts for the collective, two from each of the different groups, from the architects, the accountants, and the security division. And you guys had just left the office of Montague, and Manny Vadito says, all right, hey, why don't you guys follow me on out? I'm gonna go hit the... Oh, fuck, what's that place called? The Roundabout?
Roundabout?
Yeah. Hey, why don't you guys follow me out here? I'm gonna head out to the Roundabout. I want to introduce you to somebody who can take you down to the collective and show you around, alright?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good to me if there's drinks involved.
Yeah, I owe you a drink, don't I?
I'll say you do.
Cool, man. Alright, come on along with me. So, he takes you down 2 floors from... You guys are on the 3rd floor right now. He takes you down to the business district, the shopping area, and the inns and malls mall. Yeah, there's a mall now. The inns and tavern and stuff. And so he takes you down to the Roundabout, and he gets a table, and he walks up to the bar, and he waves for Mc Nastly to follow him up to the bar to help out with buying drinks.
All right, Mc Nastly will follow suit.
Okay, Mc Nastly and Manny walk up, and Manny goes up to the bartender, and it is a goblin bartender, and he says, hey, T3000, I'm looking for a round of drinks for my friends here. What you got? What's good? And this little goblin turns around, and he's like,
hey, how you doing? Yeah, we got plenty of good stuff. We got this new brewing from Ingvald's pub. And it's pretty solid. It gets you a little wrecked pretty fast, so we're only 1 round per person, unless you really want to get hammered this early in the afternoon. You know what I mean?
What beer would Ingvald have kicked up here to Sadamar?
Piece of shit? No, I have no clue what to say.
You can make one up. A completely new beer. Something he's brewed up since then. That's not magic.
It was do Mocktoberfest, so it's going to be a spiced honey ale. No special effects. I don't have any special effects.
Yeah. I mean, in game, it's like winter time, so Mocktoberfest makes sense. Yeah.
A Mocktoberfest.
All right, so the
spice.
T3000 says,
all right, here's a full round of 5 Mocktoberfest. Here you go.
And hands them over to you, and Manny goes, hey, I'm actually gonna need 2 more of these. Would you please just have them brought over to the table? Thanks. And he grabs drinks with you and walks back over to the table. So you've got 2 glasses and he's got 2 mugs, and you guys walk over to the table and set them down, and you sit around the table.
Alrighty.
After a second, and everybody takes a drink of their drink, Manny says, "I'm gonna introduce you to a couple of guys, a couple of friends of mine that they're not really part of Gag Me, but they've been around here for a long time. They help us out with little odd jobs here and there. So give me just a second. I'm gonna wave them over, all right?" And so Manny stands up from the table, grabs 2 more chairs, and these 2 people come over and sit down next to.
Real quick before
Yeah.
that, while he's getting up and getting chairs, are we going into the vault today? What is the plan, to just go straight to the vault after this and start?
I think we could have that conversation here over a few beers.
Okay. Well, I don't want to get drunk if we're going. If we're gonna go try to break into the.
Wouldn't be the worst thing we've done.
I think we should go easy, but I would like to attune to my orb that Montague gave me, because that might come in super handy.
Do you have a spell to move the liquid from your cup to the flask?
I'm not attuning the flask at the moment.
You want to attune the item that Montague gave you?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
The orb.
I was distracted.
The oozy.
Yeah.
The oozing transmuter orb. Because that could come in handy trying to get through doors and stuff.
So we'll at least need some time for that to happen.
Yeah, I think
at
it's
least 24 hours, I think.
Got to do a long rest with it to attune. I don't remember how to attune things.
Yeah, pretty much. Like study it for...
Sleep with it overnight or something. I don't remember.
Like a long rest.
Yeah.
Some things have specific ways to attune them. Like the flask.
Like the flask, right.
Malphaedor would not be opposed to visiting the collective, though, just to go, if anything, just to check out the Gag Me vaults.
Yeah.
Which we have a legitimate right to go check out, which would give us an option, the opportunity to look at the layout, see firsthand what kind of security detail they've got, anything that maybe we didn't catch during the conversation with.
We could go
Montague.
Scope it out.
Yeah.
And then come back tomorrow to do all our work.
Yes. Sorry, I just got done adding all my spells in there, so it's accurate.
All the things.
Yeah.
I had to forget. But no, I still think we should get drunk. Though. Both real life and my character want to have alcohol, so I'm going to have to just support the drinkins.
Yes. You guys leveled up to level 9 after the last episode, so you are celebrating.
Booyah!
Yep.
But a new spell just popped in my brain. I'm like, time to drink!
So you guys are discussing this, and then Manny makes his way back to the table, and he slides the 2 chairs up near the table, but with enough space for 2 other people to sit down. He says, "Hey, here's my 2 friends, the 2 fellas I was telling you about."
It's motherfucking Tim and Terry.
That would be great.
One guy comes up, and he is a beefy-looking dude, and he goes, "Hello, how do you do? My name is Borin. Borin Sirius. It's very nice to meet you. This is my friend here." And you see, it's actually a woman, but she's also pretty muscular and fit. "My friend here, her name is Syed. Syed Kek. And we've been asked by our friend Manny to help you."
I'm ashamed of you on so many levels right now.
You're a bad person, and you should feel bad about yourself.
Manny says...
That one's great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Manny says, "So hey, my fellas here, Borin and Syed, they'll be able to take you down to the collective whenever you're ready. And you can get a hold of them, and they'll show you around. They'll take you to the Accountants Guild, they'll take you to Architects Guild, they'll take you over to the Security Department. They'll take you wherever you want to go."
Now, did anybody take notes during our conversation with Montague as to why we wanted to discuss things with those people?
To get layouts of what might be in the vaults. What else was it?
Traps.
He gave us those names. It wasn't so much traps. I think we were trying to figure out who was paying on Thorkillen's vault still, if it was still Thorkillen.
All of them were potentially people who would have information on Thorkillen's vault if you were to go and talk to them.
Because Montague said that the fees are still being paid for Thorkillen's vault. But I was curious if it's still Thorkillen or if it's somebody else who has taken over for him and is paying for the... Because I don't know how long has Thorkillen been around,
or if he's still around.
Yeah. I mean, he might be an elf. I don't know anything about him. But, yeah, there were people that could give us information about the vault's possible manifests of what's inside or ways to get in.
Yeah, there were symbols on each vault, and some of the symbols define the level of access to the public or private parties. Some symbols marked if the vault was booby-trapped. Others defined if the vault was currently being leased, vacant, or past due on fees. And the vaults would also have marks on who had access to them as far as the three main factions. And then Killian did some looking into that before you guys arrived and Montague told you about it, that Thorkillen's vault has all three. So all three factions have some level of access to Thorkillen's vault, and Thorkillen's vault it's paid up to date, plus a bit of a future, like another 2 years or something like that on there. And it has booby traps on there.
Yeah, booby traps.
So we need to... I would assume that we would have talked to somebody in the Architect Guild to find out about the traps. Obviously, maybe the security. That might be... Obviously, we don't care about the accountants. They're not going to tell us about booby traps.
No, but they could tell us who's been paying on the account.
Yeah, but I'm more concerned with booby traps than who's paying for it.
Manny, if we were to go and visit the collective, just to visit the Gagme Guild vault, would we find representatives of each of these guilds there that we could speak with?
Well, the representatives for the guilds, they don't actually go to the vaults ever. There's nobody inside the vaults.
So they're off-site.
Yeah, they're all before the vault. So imagine, if you will, a city, right? And the city goes into the mountain. The mountain itself is super secure. It's like a dwarven stronghold, right? But inside the city, you've got all of these vaults. And they're all sectioned off, like our own little rooms, our own little sub-palaces inside the city. Those are where the vaults are. Before the vaults, you've got the three main factions. They make up like the outside of the city, where you might have more access. You could sneak into one of the factions, right? It's more like a housing or a business area. So you could sneak into those places if you want, or you could just walk in and meet with people. Whereas if you got into the actual vaults inside the inner city, the stronghold, if you will, then there's more security there. It's tougher to break in, actually nearly impossible to break in, and you got kind of limited options. Make sense?
Yeah.
Which would it be, the architects or the security that would have knowledge about the booby traps that may be on the vault?
Probably a little bit of both. So it depends on what the booby trap is, right? So you got the Architects Guild. They're gonna be more like. And then Syed kicks in. She's like, it's more like they've got different tools. So for the security, if an alarm goes off, then somebody would find out on the security team. They would know which doors have alarms on it. But the architects actually create the different alarms that could go off. So some traps might not set off an alarm, but would still be in there.
Right. They might drop a bucket of lava on our head, but they wouldn't set off an alarm, so the security team wouldn't have anything to do with that particular booby trap.
Correct.
That doesn't help. It doesn't narrow down anything.
No, maybe the Architects Guild would have schematics on the actual vault, which may give us some insights.
Well, we have the map that Montague gave us.
It's a general map. How detailed is that?
The map?
Yeah, the map that we got from Montague.
You guys roll it out on the table, and you look in the Discord chat.
Yeah. No, I mean, we know what the...
Yeah.
Is that exactly what the vault looks like?
Yeah, Manny
so
would...
That's the only details we actually have.
Yeah,
sure.
but we don't know.
That's
There's
it.
eight doors
I
between...
see one light.
Yeah, Manny just says, that's the exact floor space of the layout. That's all I can really tell you.
Yeah. So those 8 doors might have 8 different booby traps.
Right.
That we would have to... You have Dispel Magic, right?
I have Dispel Magic. I also have Animate Object right now. So I could always use objects to walk ahead of us, behind us, and trigger things on their own if it's like a lava trap of some type.
And you have Detect Magic, you said?
Pretty sure.
Even
Yes.
you can't cast those 8 times.
Oh, I have Detect Magic.
No.
I don't know if we would want to cast them 8 times.
No, it's not a
Yep,
ritual
I have
either.
Detect and Dispel Magic.
Yeah. So that would help with some of the doors, maybe, if it's dispellable. But it's still a lot of doors to get through.
I don't know if these will help. But also, Borin speaks up, but also, the accountants sometimes have extra security measures. For example, let's say Alisi dies, and you need a blood sample to get in, or some kind of, body sample from them, like a hair. The accountants they're the ones who keep the files with that.
So we could check with the accountants, see if there are any traps that would require something like that. Check with, and then go check with the security guys and see if there are any traps that would alert them, and then check with the architects to see if there's any traps. Or we could just go kick doors down and see what happens.
I like that last one.
Hang on to that fireball.
Well, you can always portal us out.
Yeah.
Or now, you can portal us out.
Yeah.
Then you've got to adventure all the way back.
All the way back.
But
yeah.
if we get... I was saying, like, once we get in, we can portal out if we don't die while we're in.
Yeah. But then... I mean, are we just going back to Cheddar once we have the information? We're just going back to Cheddar anyways.
We'll report back to Mason, yeah.
It would
Yeah.
it would
Munster.
cut days off our travel if we just
Chuck.
destroy some shit and run.
Yeah. That
Just saying.
might not be the worst idea, is just to go in.
I mean, we'll try
It'll
to
probably-
be quiet, but if we're not...
It'll probably
Fuck it
end up being the fastest idea to just kick doors down, get inside, and then teleport out.
Nick looks visibly confused and concerned. It's like they are going to
He's thinking, this will not end well for you.
Yeah.
And there was never a season 4.
There was. It's all new
died.
characters, new game. It's rules in space.
Full Thulu.
What happened this week on a Fool's Quest? Those fucking idiots died.
And the villains won.
Yeah. Alan, that was stupid.
Fool.
Yep.
Other than spending several days talking to everybody, which I don't particularly want to do, I think just trying to force our way into the vault may be the quickest route.
Yes.
It may not work. We may not get past the front door. We may get arrested.
Yes.
But other than running back and forth between the guilds and trying to buy
that also
information
raises so
from
much
them,
suspicion.
Well, no,
I know
Manny.
Montague gave us those list of people
Yeah.
that could help us, but there's no guarantee they will.
Yeah. Manny, what kind of connections do you have with these guilds?
Most of my connections are pretty on the level. But those people that's on that list from Montague, those are kind of, more informative connections.
Mm-hmm.
We've used them before for other things.
So, if we were to outsource this fact-finding to Manny's network, that might save us some legwork.
Yeah, send sidekick.
Sidekick and Borin Serious.
Yeah, send those two to get what information they can.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the vault until I've attuned to my orb. Cause,
That could be handy.
yeah, even into the Gagme vault, we don't know what's there. It might come in handy in the Gagme vault
Right.
too. So I would like to at least wait till tomorrow to go into the vault. But if they can go and get some information for us, because they already know who to talk to, they know where they are, it might be a bit quicker.
Sounds
Just
like
so
a
you guys
plan.
recall, Borin and Syed were not Gag Me members.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
But they're helping us, right?
They were.
Manny said they were
gonna tour you around.
They've been of use in the past.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe a couple gold. Well, maybe we could buy their services.
Well, you need to spend some time attuning. I've already...
I also have to attune to my new kazoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure I will attune to
Your hammer.
the hammer pretty quickly. Maybe I could go with Borin and Syed to at least the Accountants Guild and exert some charisma there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Montague did say, also just so you guys remember, I know it's been since last time, Montague did say you guys could talk to his husband as well in the security guild.
Yeah, Killian.
Yep. Maybe you guys just talk to the accountant guild today and security tomorrow on your way in.
Yeah, because we got a couple of names.
Yep. Just tossing out. I know it's been, a bit since we did that, so.
Do that. You go with those two to see what you can find out, and we'll meet you back at one of the inns.
Yep, let's
Sure.
Go to Staples.
choose Staples as our inn for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Bare necessities.
Yeah.
Just the bare necessities. Oh, God. But kazoo!
But kazoo. All right, so.
That's going to be hard to find.
Yes, it is. No, I feel like if you like playing kazoos, you
I'll just
also
make it.
probably really like doing dumb shit, like the bare necessities.
I mean, in all fairness, I've been playing a lot of the kazoo songs lately.
I stand by what I said.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Did I
This would be
fucking
easier if
stutter?
I find a kazoo sound for my keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mc Nastly and Thad, you make it to Staples. It is 2 gold a night to stay, includes your dinner.
Okay. Do we want just one night?
For now.
We'll pay for 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, 4 gold each.
Yeah.
For one of you guys.
I'll pay it.
Okay, for Malphaedor.
Yeah.
Okay. Malphaedor, you get up, and Borin and Syed give their goodbye to Manny, and they say, Borin says, "Go ahead, follow me." You guys go off. You are heading to the Accountants Guild?
Yes.
Okay. So you cross over the waterfall. That you go down to the first floor, which is the largest floor of St. Amar. And you cross over the waterfall that spills out from the mountain right at the base of the city. And it takes you into a tunnel. In the tunnel, there are a whole bunch of mules and carts and stuff that are there. And Borin goes over and talks to one of the people there, does a quick exchange of a couple gold, and secures you guys some mules to ride through the tunnels with. They use mules because there are a lot of spots in the tunnels that are dark and aren't lit, and the mules are still just good even walking through the path. They've just learned it. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So you follow the mules, and it takes you down to the collective. The collective actually opens up into the open sky on the side of the mountain, much like it was explained to you by Manny. You've got a very high walled-in area protecting the city, much like a dwarven stronghold. The outer part of it where people can have small little areas. And you can get through the gate. There are a couple of security guards at the gate, but the gate is open. The door is wide open. And Borin goes up and exchanges a few words with the security guards, and you guys are given access to the city. Borin says, straight ahead, you'll find the Diamond Security. Off to the east side, you'll find the Accountants Guild. And off to the west side, you'd find the Architects Guild. Now, we will take you to the Accountants Guild, as you asked. We will get to the door, and then I will wait outside. If you need anything, I will be at the front gate, right where we are now.
Okay. Borin, can you tell me anything about Bubba Tight-Lips or Plain Yella?
Oh, Bubba Tight-Lips. He's, well, I guess, how much is the information you're trying to get worth?
It's quite valuable, potentially.
That's how Bubba Tight-Lips is measured. He likes very valuable information, and he will expect a very high payment for it. Actually, make a check with Borin. See how much he'll give you, because he's kind of incriminating himself at this point.
So, was this persuasion?
Yeah.
26.
Okay. Yep. So he just flats out tell you.
Fuck.
Bubba Tight-Lips. He tells you, you give me lots of gold for this information, or you give me magic item. Now, Bubba Tight-Lips, kind of an idiot. So he'll take pretty much any magic item, even if it's not worth the high amount of gold. You get what I say?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Now, who is the other name?
Plain Yella.
Plain Yella. Ah, Plain Yella is very nice. Very sweet. She's just kind of gabby. Bring her something to drink. Get her talking. She'll tell you about her weekend. Tell you about her grandmother. Very sweet lady.
Bit of a chatty Nancy.
Chatty Plain Yella, but yes. Yes.
Okay.
Now, when I get you to the Accountants Guild, I teach you. Teach you to talk to Unia. Unia's really good. Unia show you around. Unia will introduce you to Baba and to Blanyella.
Very good.
You need a good time.
Okay. And so Borin takes you up, and just like he said, he introduces you to somebody named Unia. And Unia is right at the front desk, and Unia comes over, and she is super kind, and she says, "It's very nice to meet you, Malphaedor. I would love to show you around the office here. Let me kind of show you a little bit about what the accountants do while we're on our way. Who would you like to stop by and see first, Bubba Tight-Lips or Planyella?"
I'd like to speak with Bubba if I could.
Very good. Okay. Borin, I will have him back to you in one piece. And she gives him a sly smile and turns around to lead you back into the Accountants Guild. The Accountants Guild is one giant-ass looking coffee shop, right? It's essentially what it looks like. So there's people working in an open floor module. There are side rooms that Unia tells you are called the bubbles, and that's where people can go to have private conversations. They are surrounded by giant circular pieces of glass that anyone can see the people, but nobody can hear the conversations that's happening inside. So Unia starts walking you over in a general direction, and she says, I can't help but notice that you're from Gagme, and it looks like you're the Cheddar division. Is that right?
Yes.
Have you heard much about the Gagme Vault here in Cheddar?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. Have you heard about the new hardware we've installed?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, we've developed a new magic item. It's called the Currency Access and Retrieval Device.
You piece of shit.
It was made by me specifically.
It's a card.
So my
Thank
last
you for
name is
playing
actually Debit, Unia Debit, and the device is, we call it the card for short. So everyone around the office is just calling it a debit card.
A Unia debit card?
Unia Debit card, yes. So the way it works is,
I hate you.
the way it works is you can take this card and it syncs up a lot like a bag of holding does, only it's a little bit more limited. It links with one specific area right here in the vault that gives you your own safety deposit box, essentially. You can drop your gold onto the card, or you can reach into the card and pull your gold back out when it's needed. It only works for gold items, though, for gold coins.
Handy.
Yeah. So,
Is this something that you would distribute to any Gagme official?
Well, none of the Taviran people want to use it at all.
Bunch of hippies.
Of course, I and my companions are quite well traveled. That could be very handy.
Yeah, that's what we've told them. They just have declined our offers that we've been mailing them at least once a week.
No one likes having their debit card declined.
Yeah, I believe I would like one. And I'll probably need 2 more allocated for my companions.
I would be more than happy to set them up. Would they be able to come in with you and we can access the vault and I will show you where your gold will be stored?
Yes. I'll need to rendezvous with them probably later today. So maybe tomorrow then?
Yeah, very good. All right, I will get your currency access and retrieval devices ready. What are the names for those 3 devices?
Sir Thadeus Trebilcock.
And she pulls out a piece of paper and starts scrawling some stuff down on it. Or the name, obviously.
Mc Nastly. Do you have a full name?
MC Nastly is my full name.
MC Nastly.
Yep.
Which is pronounced Mick.
And Malphaedor Bromroyo.
And she jots those names down. She's like, yeah, I'm so excited that you're doing this. You'll be the first of the Gag Me adventurers to really take advantage of this new technology.
I don't know if Mc Nastly trusts this. The banking system. It's just a clever trap.
Well, Malphaedor's family has been in the merchant and trading business for a while, so he's probably used to how letters of marque and whatever would work.
Yep.
So he's pretty comfortable with it.
Sounds like some 1%er supporting the banking systems again.
Maybe.
What is this?
Okay, so she finishes up that conversation right before she takes you over to a table and says, Malphaedor Bromroyo, let me introduce you to Bubba Tightlips. And she introduces you to Bubba.
Well met, Bubba.
Hello there.
I would like to ask you some questions if I could. I have an interest in some of the various amenities of your place here.
Bubba closes a book that he had, a ledger of sorts that he was looking into, and he closes it and puts a ribbon down through it to hold his place. And he says, is this regarding one of your accounts, sir?
Is Unia still there?
Unia is, yeah.
Okay. I'll turn to her and say, may I speak with him in private, please?
Bubba stands up from the table that he's sitting at, and he's like, we should use one of the bubbles, and takes you over to one of the sidewalls.
Bubba in a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
The Bubba bubble.
Oh, fuck. It's a chewing gum joke.
So, all right, so you get over there,
Okay.
and he closes the door behind you, and he says, these walls are both airtight, sealed, as well as magically reinforced, so we should have plenty of privacy here.
I do have some questions about an account that is not mine. I hear that perhaps you could be amenable to disclosing certain information.
He sits down in the chair that's in the bubble and crosses one leg over the other and says, maybe.
Now, I understand that information of this nature usually comes at a cost.
Yeah?
And I'm prepared to pay you in kind.
All right. What information are you looking to receive?
The Vault of Thorkillen.
Oh. Yeah, I have access to that file.
Yes. We would like to have access to that file also.
I only...
Or at least the information contained therein.
Huh. How many people have you talked to about this account?
My close companions and maybe one or two more.
Okay. I would... First, let me start by saying somebody's account isn't all given to one person. We parcel it out so that different people have different access to different things, different groups or different divisions. It's an extra layer of security that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have one or two items that I can contribute to you getting into his vault, if that's what you're looking to do. I can get you that access, but you'll have to take my word that I can only get you a certain number of those items out of the file that I have access to.
We would be greatly appreciated to anything you could provide.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily dependent on guild either. There may be other accountants here who have other additional details. It's just not part of my group.
Very well. Also, I am curious. I understand that Thorkillin's vault is still paid for.
Yeah.
Might I inquire as to who is paying the bill on that?
What I will say is it has been years since Thorkillin has visited the vault. Gold arrives with a ledger saying the dates, and they're always accurate.
Interesting. No discerning marks or crests or...
Just the stamp of Thorkillin.
Interesting. All right, well, let me see what you have to offer, and we'll discuss your payment.
Okay, well, what I have to offer out of the Accountants Guild is typically either information about payment history, or I will have information about specific doors or entry points or alarms, or I'll have physical items. So I'll tell you what, I don't have his file on me, obviously. I'll have to go back to our records department and get it. How long will you be in the collective? I assume you're staying in Sadomar.
Yes. Yeah, we'll be at, I believe, the Staples Inn.
Okay. I can either make a stop at the Staples Inn tonight after I get out of work. I'm here till 7 p.m. tonight. And then I typically hit the roundabout to have a drink with some friends. But after that, I can swing on over to the Staples Inn and...
Oh, a good classic overshare. Sounds like a fun guy.
Definitely an accountant. And
I'm doing this and then this and then this and then that.
Or we can wait until tomorrow morning and you can come back and we can meet again here.
I believe that I will have some more business here with my companions tomorrow. Some things that I discussed with Unia. So perhaps I can swing by tomorrow during that visit, and we can finish our business there.
All right. Well, I will pull the files tonight, have everything ready, and if you can come through with your end of the deal tomorrow, then it shouldn't be a problem at all.
Very good.
Very good. Well,
all right.
He stands up and extends a hand.
I shake his hand firmly.
Very nice to meet you, Malphaedor Bromroyo.
Pleasure doing business with you.
We will see. And he leaves their bubble.
Don't get cocky.
I do like that we've been so bold as to use our real names. Wear our clothes. We're the worst spies ever.
Okay, we're gag me.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
No. A bit of metagaming. Shouldn't you have had the files delivered tonight so we have time to look over them before we come back in the morning?
That's why we'll metagame next time.
Yeah.
By going over the files for 30 minutes, but really only 1 minute.
All right, so you leave the bubble, and you do see the open floor plan. There's still Unia out there. There's Bubba that goes and sits back down at a table. There's a handful of other people, a few people in the bubbles.
Do I see this plain yellow?
You aren't sure which one is plain yellow.
Okay. I'll ask Bubba. I said, Bubba, I hear there's a young lady around here by the name of Planiella. Would you be so kind as to point her out?
He nods his head over to the right, and you see at a table there is a woman sitting there going through some ledgers.
Good.
Drinking a coffee. A latte.
Okay.
Decaf.
Shit. Oh, that's a bad person. Decaf is a waste of space.
So I'll approach her just sort of casually. So, well, hello there.
Hello.
Seems you're covered up in your work there.
Yeah, I'm a little busy. What can I help
That's like
you
the
with?
worst awkward small talk.
Sorry, I got distracted by my notes a little bit. Sorry.
No, I would have been distracted by that small talk. Like, what the fuck are you? What is this interaction right now?
How can I help you?
Well, I was concluding my business over here with your coworker, and saw you over here, and thought perhaps you'd like to share a drink later.
Make your charisma check.
Wait, are you the bard now? You're over here trying to hit on
Just
Plan.
watch and learn. That's what, persuasion?
Uh-huh.
Booyah, 20.
20?
Nat or
No.
I'll say ooh.
So she says, I guess I wouldn't mind. Are you new in town?
Yes, and you look like a friendly face.
Oh, well, flattery will get you everywhere. Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, I would love to get to know you a little better.
Yeah. Well, really, the only place to meet outside of somebody's house is like the roundabout. Do you want to meet there?
Sure.
What time are you thinking?
What time do you get off work?
I get off work at 7 o'clock.
Okay. I'll meet you there at 8.
That works great. Gives me a chance to freshen up.
Very good. See you there.
All right. Bye. What was your name?
Malphaedor.
Malphaedor. I'll see you tonight, Malphaedor.
And turn around and walk off.
All right.
God, I hate you guys. You can tell that either of us, we're either been single too long or been in committed relationships for too long, because that was the worst flirting I have ever heard.
Look, I'm not gonna go full blown into flirting.
No,
you make
I'm
your
not
rolls,
either.
you get it.
I'm not either.
That's it. That's about as much as you get.
It's good enough for the podcast.
Just saying. We've all flirted with each other much better than that. That was weak. Weak sauce.
Not wrong.
We've all said much raunchier things. Could have done better.
Well, I didn't have any alcohol on me, so I was like, oh, shit.
Fair enough.
Shots. All right, so
Get to the bar, loosen her up a little bit.
I can't even taste the alcohol. Where are my pants? Where are they?
back over to Thad and to Mc Nastly. You guys got to your rooms. Your rooms are very nice. Basic rooms. But actually, I mean, they're pretty nice. Full beds. We
guessed right.
You got little dressers to tuck stuff into. It's all very, very well crafted furniture. You know, you get all of the premium channels included. It's really nice in here.
Dope. Mc Nastly is going to just put all this stuff in his hotel room,
Mm-hmm.
and then is going to wander out into the city. About what time at night is it?
Well, are you going to spend time attuning your thing?
Oh, yeah, I'll do that first.
Okay, so
then I'm going to wander in the
yep,
city.
you attune your kazoo.
The kazoo
and
talent.
Yeah, it takes 2 hours of playing this bad boy.
Okay, I'll go to the roof of the hotel to do that.
There is no roof of the hotel. You're on the first floor, which is the largest floor, but it's also the bottom floor of the mountain.
It sucks.
Yeah. So you're kind of yeah. That's all I got.
You should go out into the woods, far from the city,
We're in a mountain range.
and go out to the woods
Now I'm gonna
to practice your kazoo.
You could go sit on the edge of the first floor where the waterfall starts.
I'll do that then.
tunnels
I just want to be
great
somewhere where
acoustics.
the people can hear.
Yeah. It's a nice scenic area.
You know who would really enjoy this? Chuck. You should go back to Cheddar.
Oh, if I play well enough when I roll this, Chuck might hear it.
All right, so go ahead and make your performance while you're
Your other-
attuning that.
21.
That's still a really, really good roll.
Dang it.
I have a plus 10. I can't roll less than good. So I'm always aiming for great.
You could roll a 1.
Yeah, and it's still an 11.
It could happen.
And it's a crit fail.
Doesn't matter, it's a crit fail.
But I re-roll once. I'm lucky.
That's a thing.
All right, so yeah, it sounds really, really good, and you've attuned it. So you now have access to this theme. And Thad.
I'm going to attune the oozing transmuter orb.
Okay.
That's a fun sentence.
Yeah, it is. So that'll be my third attuned item. And then I'm just going to hang out in my room and relax.
Okay. All right. So you attune that, and you relax in your bedroom.
Yep.
And Malphaedor, you get back through the tunnel, and you come across Mc Nastly first, finishing up his kazooing, probably right around 5 o'clock.
All right, I will sit and watch for a minute and let him finish up and say, hey, I might have a couple of leads from the Accountants Guild. When he gets a moment.
It's good to hear. I might have a couple of leads on some fun items. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Very good.
And I'm going to wander off into the business district.
Okay. Oh boy.
Let me get my fingies on some shit.
You got like 2 hours before. Do we just fast forward 2 hours, or?
Yep.
Do you want to steal something from an innocent shopkeeper
You'll find out what I do.
who's trying to support a family?
I'll leave 10 gold behind.
That's not stealing, that's buying.
That's... Yes.
For an incredibly discounted price.
I'm going to spend those couple hours... Typically, like... Do we know how late nightlife is in the business district in the city? Like, how many people are, like, wandering about?
I mean, it hasn't slowed down yet, even coming into, 6 and 7 o'clock. A lot of the people who are working in the collective come up and start drinking and shopping for after-hours stuff.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to wander around that business district for a little bit before I go to the roundabout. And I'm going to cast Detect Magic under my breath to see if there's any magic barriers or sensors around the business area.
You do sense magic around, but it's not as...
Could just be the item. Some of the items are magic.
So it's not like anything like
it's not
traps
like
or barriers.
Full wards on business offices or anything. That would be super powerful magic.
Okay. Then once I'm kind of done wandering and checking to see where things are at, I'm going to go to the roundabout and grab a beer.
Okay. It rolls around to 7 o'clock. Malphaedor, what are you doing?
I get all primped up and go ready to get up to the roundabout.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll head down to the roundabout to get dinner and a drink or two.
Okay. Yep. So you guys all meet up at the roundabout. You're doing your things. You're getting your drinks. Borin comes by and checks up on you guys. He stops by and sees Malphaedor and says, Malphaedor, I see you're down here again.
Yes.
Yes. Is everything good for the evening?
Yes, I believe so. I've arranged to speak with Planiella here tonight. I figured this setting would be a little more conducive to loosening a tight lip.
Ah, yes. That's a very good plan. Will you be needing my assistance tomorrow?
Tomorrow. We still haven't visited the Architect Guild, but I don't know if that's gonna be necessary. We know how to get a hold of you if we need to, don't we?
Yes. Yes, you can do that. Or I can plan to meet you here in the morning.
That'll work. Yeah, see us in the morning.
Okay. What do you say? 9?
Sure.
Very good.
I'll buy him. Is Syed with him?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, I'll buy them both a drink.
It's a sidekick. All right.
She's always like 2 steps behind him.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look, you got a Macy too.
Yeah, she's always
Let's hope
there.
it doesn't happen the same way for her.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you buy their drinks. They salute, and they see Planiella making her way toward you near the bar, and they gracefully bow out to give you your... Yep.
Stand up, pull the chair out, let her sit down.
Okay. Yep.
Glad to see you made it.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me.
So, order a couple of drinks.
Yeah, yep. And it only takes one drink to get her just chomping away.
Yeah. Tell me about your day.
Yeah, oh my god, I signed up 2 new accounts and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown
I just,
noises.
I just totally feign attention. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm in the same bar. Can I see Malphaedor on his little date?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Awesome. I am going to start playing a soft, love song on my kazoo.
Some, Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow. Awesome.
Copacabana. So,
I am also actually going to use my... so it's going to be a 15, but I'm going to cast Bardic Inspiration at the same time, which will give him 1d8 to add to any roll for the next 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
Great.
So you hearing this love music in the background, you know that kazoo, you know that feeling, and you just feel like...
I picture he's playing that I just died in your arms tonight song.
Yes.
I was thinking that or
Lady in Red.
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And Planya's wearing a red dress now.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Just
And no, that's totally what happened. And you now have bardic inspiration, just knowing
Awesome.
that your boys got your back
Yep.
for date night.
So, it's with a purpose. So, isn't it always?
Yeah.
So after a drink or two, I'll steer the line of questioning toward less away from what she did and more like what I was speaking with Bubba about.
Okay.
Says, I spoke to your coworker Bubba earlier. Nice guy. Seems to know quite a bit about the place.
Oh my God, isn't he great? I love him.
Yeah, he knows a lot of useful things.
I've totally gone valet girl. Sorry. It's spiraled.
That's
I was
fine.
waiting for some workplace drama, like Bubba's a bitch.
No, she loves Boba.
Yeah. So, listen, I was asking Bubba about a few things pertaining to a vault I'm interested in. Maybe you could help me too.
Oh my God, is it the Gag Me Vault?
No, I spoke to Unia about that. This was actually about the Thorkillan vault.
Oh yeah, nobody's been in the Thorkillan Vault for ever.
Really?
It's incredibly crazy.
Now, somebody told me that even though no one's been there for years, it's still getting paid for? What is that about?
My mind is blown. Why are we still holding on to that stuff in there if no one's gonna come get it?
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild. Do you know who's paying for it?
Thorkillan is what's on the ledgers.
But nobody's seen him for years. Is he still around?
That's what they say. He's out traveling. It comes with different postmarks from different countries, so provinces, whatever.
Now, as much as they're paying for that, I mean, what do you think is in the vault?
I don't know. I can only get so far into the vault before I don't have any more access.
Really?
Uh-huh.
How far can you get?
I can get a good ways using the one of the I can get a good ways using one of the architect keys.
Architect keys?
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those.
Oh, it's because it's not really a key. It's kind of stupid that they even call it a key. It's really just, and she pulls this rod out of her bag, and she's like, it's just this thing. Not a lot of us accountants get it, but some of us have to go in and do inspections on certain parts of the vault, and I'm one of the inspectors because I'm really good at my job. So I get to go in and do certain things there. But yeah, this is the architect's key. Essentially, it works to get in and bypass some of the other locks that are there.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
I bet that is really handy.
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't know what I would do if I didn't have this thing and I had to get into one.
I'm really curious about what could be in that vault. Do you think that I could borrow that and get it back to you?
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Straight up asking for it was the best idea.
Hey, you wanna hand me that right there? Give me that.
Ooh, crit.
That's a 26.
All right, so with the 26, what I will let you
D8?
do is rephrase
without the
that
D8.
question.
Well, so I'll backpedal as soon as it comes out of my mouth. Well, okay, not borrow it, but just maybe. I'd really like to see the inside of that vault. I've heard a lot of things about it that I want to make sure, see if it's true. Do you think you could take me on a bit of a tour, or let me use it a little bit?
She says, well, I don't want to get in trouble or anything.
Well, I mean, obviously she knows I'm with Gag Me. I said, it's not like I'm a thief.
I love Chris and William both immediately looked up at me as soon as you say that.
I'm not paying attention at all. Just playing with my dice. I heard thief. I'm like, oh fuck. I didn't do anything yet. What's up?
Yeah.
Alcohol and poor decisions. Go, baby.
I guess you are part of Gag Me. And you promise you won't steal anything?
I will return it as soon as I'm done looking around.
All right. Well, stop by the shop tomorrow, and I'll lend it to you for an hour. so you can take a peek around in there. Okay?
Cool. How about something to eat? Order something to eat.
I don't know if you want her to sober up too much. You might regret this decision.
I'll bring another bottle of wine or something.
And the night continues on. You guys drink and
Have dinner.
have dinner.
I definitely would not have gone with the can I borrow that? Wait till she goes to the bathroom, steal it out of her purse.
You could have let me know. I could have stolen it like later on.
Yeah.
Just, like literally walk by and go.
Well, I
That's
intend
mine?
to.
What?
I intend to.
Oh, well, it's not metagame until later then.
So, yeah, as soon as she wanders away from the table or whatever, whoever's nearby, I'll say, she has a key that can get us partway into the vault.
It'll be him. I'm just sitting
Yeah,
at the
because
bar
I'm sitting
eating
like
and
watching you guys from not too far off.
he's
so.
wandering in your area playing his kazoo.
Yeah, this bar just got free like house music. I'm like,
So maybe in like one of his passes by the table,
Sorry.
I'll motion him over
All right.
and say she has a key that could get us partway into the vault.
where's the key?
It's on her person.
Where is she?
Right now, she's over there talking to another one of her friends by the bar.
All right.
And I'll make sure I point her out exactly.
I'll wander that way after a second or two once they seem kind of enthralled in conversation. And I'll kind of up my music a little bit, like distracting, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
And the honor person, so it's probably in like a purse or something. I
Yeah,
would
in her
assume.
bag. Yep, he saw her pull it out of the bag.
Yeah,
Okay.
I tell you, it's in her bag.
And I'm going to
And I describe it.
attempt to steal it out of her bag as best I can.
All right.
Or, okay.
Make a sleight of hand.
Might use all these inspirations in one go.
If I approach,
I use an inspiration.
Okay.
Because that was a 6. So
if I approach Quiniela,
Uh-huh.
and like do some sort of distraction or whatever, would I be able to assist him, give him advantage?
I would say there's actually a chance you would, because she's talking to someone right now. So
Yeah.
if you went up and interrupted, it would actually make it potentially
Hinder.
worse for him.
Yeah, because all of her focus right now is with her friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you drew it away, she might notice something.
She'd be splitting her attention and potentially catch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank God. 23.
23. All right, so you used one inspiration and you got a 23.
Yep.
All right,
I
so
can't track that. I have 2 inspirations left.
so what does that look like? She's talking to her friend. They're both leaning up against the bar. They're waiting on their drinks to come. They're fully engaged in conversation. Her bag is on the outside of her person's, but it's a
As I play by them, I stumble a little on my hooves and bump into her while keeping my tune with my right hand, and my left just almost knocks over my beer. Slides in her purse and pulls out this little cylinder, and I slide it just underneath my shirt. I continue to spin and play.
Okay, and you as a musician at a tavern, she just assumes you're an NPC that doesn't really even matter.
Wait, well, this implies she thinks she's the main character. Whoa. No,
Breaking all sorts of walls. And yeah, you lift that architect's rod from her persons.
Dun, dun, dun.
Awesome. And I will, after stealing this architect's rod, I'm going to dance my way out of the bar.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because I'm not taking chances. So.
All right. Yeah, you guys now have the architect's rod. And so let's go ahead and you guys do anything else for this night specifically? Or are we good?
Just going to keep feeding her beers until she's just shit-faced.
Yep. She gets schmammered, and her friend actually joins you guys at the table after a little while, and her friend takes her home after she's too drunk to, exist. Too drunk to be. And yeah, then you can retire back to your room.
All right.
Thad, do you wait till the other two are gone before you...
No, I finish my food and have 2 glasses of wine, and then I just go back to my room and go to sleep.
fiddle with your
'cause
amulet for
I'm
a little
old.
bit and
Yeah.
try not to say potato salad.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Don't accidentally want to get sucked into Cthulhu's realm or something. That'd be bad.
All right, and
That would definitely be the worst.
Yeah.
here's a good place to call it.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.
God damn, nope.
Say something in Russian in your head.
Yeah.
Like, до свидания, товарищ.
Nick's true native language, Russian.
Malphaedor.